It's time for some table talk as we welcome in Jastremski and Chris Lopresti. And guys, Starling Marte saying it right there. The Mets' energy is through the roof. They get the sweep in large part due to the performances of Scherzer and Verlander. And that tandem is what the Mets envisioned when they signed Verlander in the offseason. They've got to be pretty happy about their outings, JJ.
No doubt about it. It's very rare that you can have a doubleheader with two future Hall of Famers doing their thing. And it's Max Scherzer in Game 1, and it's Justin Verlander in Game 2. And if I'm looking at these two guys, and I'm going to say, well, who am I more encouraged by? It's hands down Max Scherzer, because you've seen good performances from Justin Verlander since he's come off the IL. I know he had a shaky start against Tampa Bay earlier in the week, but I'm not worried about Verlander. To see Scherzer go deep into the ball game, to see the strikeout numbers up, and to get 6 shutout innings is a major step forward, CeeLo. They need Max Scherzer atop this rotation with Verlander, and then Verlander outdoing Shane Bieber in a classic pitcher's duel. Yeah, Met fans have got to hope that is going to be a sign of things to come. Those two guys following up, playing off one another and doing their thing throughout the course of this year.
No doubt. This is how you draw it up. This is what you envisioned, really, going back to the offseason when they brought them aboard. Obviously, availability hasn't been maybe what you expected for both of them at different times. But, look, it's the Guardians. I don't want to go too crazy, but a solid lineup. And you pointed out the fact that a couple of outings for each now. And for Scherzer, I think it really just comes down to again, he pitches with, he's got the callus on the thumb or the finger or whatever, so it didn't seem like too big of a deal, but he mentioned pitching through pain once again. So as long as these guys can take the ball on a consistent basis every 5-6 days or so, I think over the course of the long haul, full season, the results are going to be there the way we've come to expect from both guys. Yeah,
let's get into that a little bit more. You mentioned availability, and CeeLo, how confident are you that they'll keep this going? What is the longevity of their success reliant upon going forward?
For me, it's reliant upon health and taking the baseball. So, I mean, look, I don't want to pile on Verlander. It was a one-injury thing, and it cost him the early start of the season, and he's come back, and so far, so good. With Scherzer, it seems like on a game-to-game basis, there's always something that seems to pop up. So, again, he pitched well on Sunday afternoon, but after the game, he's talking about, well, I had pain. I'd rather go out there and pitch through pain than not pitch at all. Just at this stage of his career, all the mileage on his arm, and I know Verlander has it as well, but it seems like these little aches and pains and these things that pop up seem more prevalent for Scherzer. That would be my concern over the course of the remainder of the season. Can both guys get through the rest of the season without some sort of stint on the IL? Because I think that obviously would cost the Mets dearly.
Totally get that. And we've seen with Scherzer the last couple of years, with Los Angeles 2 years ago, last year for the Mets in September, and in the postseason, this is a guy who has faded. So it's concerning, the idea of, oh, he's fading in April and May, but to see him now maybe hit his stride a little bit here, even with some diminished velocity, I think it's a positive sign. And look, the Mets need those two guys. They don't have the answers currently in the back half of the rotation. You're paying the two future Hall of Famers a ton of money. Now you got to earn your bread.
Yeah, the great saying says, the best ability is availability.